No money changing hands. Just two soldiers speaking the truth. Help me. Help me to do this. That's it, I have to leave now. You don't shoot him, millions will die.
Hello there, Seraphim17 once again, introducing you to my Battlefield 3 hard difficulty video walkthrough. This is the mission Kaffarov, and this is the first section of it. And you'll notice straight away that you're playing back as Dima, one of the Russian guys, and you have the PP2000 that you may remember from Modern Warfare 2, and it looks slightly different in this game, and I'm loving the iron sight, I'll say that much. It kind of reminds me of the PM63 in that it's not super useful, but it just kind of looks cool at the same time as being a little bit a hindrance towards you. And this gun seems to have no recoil at all when you're using the single shot. It seems super accurate, but I will say this first firefight here with these first few Russian dudes, or whoever they are, PLR, is kind of challenging because even though you have the higher ground, they just seem to tag you a lot, and you can't tell where they are because it's, once again, it's another bit of a foresty mission. And the best thing to do is to just stay behind this rock, keep eking your way out. You'll notice there's a lot of spread coming from that gun, and that means that guy's using a shotgun. And the cool things about the shotguns are, if the enemy that's using it is at a distance, he's pretty much useless. If he gets close, though, I mean it when I say you are in a world of hurt. You are full on just... you're gonna die really quick, and you need to avoid it as best as you can. And this level is a level where the shotguns definitely take center stage, especially later on when we're storming into the villa. But this early section is not too bad. You've just got to pick your shots, and then when you come over here, it's a mission objective to open this, but unfortunately, it swaps your gun to these stupid sighted pieces of shit, and it takes away your lovely PP2000. And I don't understand why it does that, because I hate having two weapons with sights on. To me, that's just pointless, but it's all preference at the end of the day. And if you're interested in using a shotgun, which is something I would definitely say do not do on this difficulty, there is a lot of them lying around. There's the drum-fed one, there is the one off of Bad Company 2, there's a bunch of them, but you'll notice I swap out for this, which is a gun I really like. It's got a sight on it I really like, so I'm pretty much set to go. And you just have to move over to the car, and there's a sequence of driving that I'm just going to trim out, so I'm going to arrive directly to the next sequence of action. And the next set piece is a quick time event to shoot this guy with a pistol that you pull from out of nowhere, and then you're back in business, back to the action, and all you have to do is go to the room directly behind you, just around this corner. You need to come over here. He's going to hack the door for you. Then you go inside, you open up the corrugated fence for your buddies, and then you're going to go outside into a pretty big firefight. So the hardest part about the firefight coming up is there's a machine gun nest on the peak of the valley around the corner. And there's a guy with a rocket launcher on it, or an RPG, and he's going to be firing down at you. And there's a lot of cars, and if you get hit indirectly by the RPG and it blows up a car, you're going to die really quickly. But what I like to do early on is I throw a couple grenades over there, keep as low as you can, because these cars are not the best cover. Make sure your gun's on single shot, that's pretty much what I do every single time. And just pick off as many guys on your level as you can. A good spot is back here, because you can lay down on the gravel, you can teeter forwards, you can kneel up, you can do whatever you want. It gives you opportunity to shoot, to get in cover, and to reload. Be careful with your grenades, I just nearly killed a buddy with one. And just keep on laying down some suppressive fire, doing what you can. Notice he's got a shotgun, you want to avoid him as much as possible. And then when you push up, you want to try and hug this canyon, because you can eke your way around the corner and shoot the guys up in the tower. There they are on that little ridge. And a couple of them will have guns, which are not a problem. The main threat is the guy launching the RPGs, because they seem to have unlimited ammo with them, which is very annoying. They just turn into the one-man army douchebags, but as soon as you take him out, your team will move up, and this means that you are now free to push on to the next section. And on this corner, when you do push up, is kind of interesting, because you're going to get to your team, they're going to all be laid behind a wall of a similar height to the one I just passed, and a full barrage of guys are just going to come running from the villa. There's going to be people on roofs, there's going to be people moving towards you, there's all sorts of madness. And there's a little drainage ditch to your left that enables you to flank around. And you'll notice, I keep my distance a little bit, and I try and snipe a few people at the start of this encounter. And it does work okay, but it's probably more effective to just push the flank route immediately and, you know, get out of trouble. But I like to thin the numbers, I like to to see if I can do as much damage from as far away as possible before I ever consider going in. Because as you know, the bullets do more damage the closer you are to them. It's just, you know, physics, I suppose. The bullet slows down the longer it travels. And the damage is indicative of that fact. So just keep peppering dudes. Be careful of the sun, because you can't see too much when it's blaring all over your screen. And there is a lot of dust on this section, so be aware of that. Those two guys there have shotguns, so I know that I'm pretty good at medium distance. Anything closer and they will have me for breakfast. Just like Arnold Schwarzenegger does Green Berets. But crawl through the ditch and then you can flank all the way around the side of this mountain. And you can get a lovely side-on view of the guys laying down suppressive fire on your team. So just teeter up here. You'll notice they're just behind the tree directly in front of me. There they go. Your team starts moving up. There's a couple guys left on that next piece of cover. I'm getting my shit pushed in, so I'll lay back down, slam a fresh magazine in, and then just tiptoe my way back up to do some more damage. And there's only a couple more guys here, and once they're down, you can push on into the villa, and this is when this level starts to get challenging. Because this is close quarters, and you're going to be taking on people with shotguns and people with light machine guns. And there's a couple occasions where you go up onto balconies, and even though you're on the balcony, the shotgun will still one-shot kill you from below if you're not careful. And this first checkpoint is especially challenging, so you guys kick in the door and they tell you to flank. I generally go to the left. There's nobody in this room except for your team. You're going to come over to this door next to the swimming pool. Door goes through, and that's when you get into the fun zone. So I always lay down for the doors. I don't know why I do it. It's never paid off once, and I have to go this way anyway. Because what's going to happen is this guy's going to attack you, and I do apologise, this is not the challenging bit. The challenging bit is after this sniper sequence. So you can breathe out a nice little breath, and then we can come back up here. So now we've got this, I assume it's some kind of 50 caliber sniper rifle, because it sounds pretty meaty. You just got to take down as many of these people in this courtyard as you can. The better you are with the rifle, the easier this will be. This cover that I'm using is not fantastic cover because it does get demolished. It will take damage, it will show fatigue, and you've just got to be careful because there's nothing worse than thinking you're safe behind a piece of cover and somebody destroys that piece of cover. But this is not very difficult because your team are a big distraction and the guys don't stand too much of a chance. As soon as it looks clear, you want to push up, and I would definitely say replace that gun as quickly as you can with something else, because once you do this sequence, you're not really going to need it. Everything from here on out is going to be inside, and there's enough assault rifles to get you through. But use the plant for cover. The enemies seem to have trouble shooting you through plants, which is quite nice. If this was like Call of Duty, you probably wouldn't be able to shoot through the damn plants. They'd be concrete, but luckily enough, this is Battlefield, and the foliage is nowhere near as a hindrance as it is in Activision's titles. But now it's clear, your objectives will pop up on the screen telling you can move forward. And there is a F-2000 with, look at, who does this to guns? Come on, oh my god, look at that. Why don't you just put a fucking monocle on and use that as a sight? It's just ridiculous. Look at the size of that scope. Anyone would think that were designed by NASA. It's just silly. And I'm probably not going to use that weapon because of it, so this is where it gets challenging. The first guy's to your left. Always clean him up quickly, and be careful looking through these conservatory doors, because these French windows, or whatever you want to call them, because there's a ton of guys sitting behind sofas and things that'll crouch, they'll try and get you, and when you look to your right, there's always one guy behind that settee over there. He can be a bit of a nuisance because he does some real damage. There's a guy just to my left, be careful of him flanking around, and just be aware of your surroundings. There's another guy to my left who I'm going to flank now. He's head glitching behind a wall, but I get lucky there because he comes out to try and kill me. It doesn't work and I kill him. So this first room is pretty much clear now, but you don't get a checkpoint for some time, so you need to be careful in this section. So I'm looking for a better gun to replace that piece of shit, and I get an F-2000 with a red dot sight, which is a nice weapon, but I do think an edit's going to get rid of this gun, because when you go up these steps on your left, there's always one guy looking directly at you that you need to take down. But that's going to be in the next video, so I will see you there, people. Thanks for watching, I hope the guide's helping, and you take care now.